Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to Talk to Susan. And guess who we have today? We have a wonderful guest by the name of Antoinette Logan, and she's making a huge difference. Let's find out how. Hello, Antoinette.
Greetings, Susan. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm amazing. Thank you for asking.
Yeah. I know you're very, very busy. And I'm like, wow, you need to share with me this wonderful program that you're putting together.
Yes. The Iconic Speakers Network. We have been working on this since about July. Um, it grew really fast. It wasn't supposed to even be what it is today. Um, a lot of people didn't know, but I was going through my own situation, and money was important. And when your anchor client falls off the bandwagon, it's like, uh-oh, what am I gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So I knew that I needed to get in front of the media who were already talking to my target audience so that I could make sales now. I didn't have time to be thinking about nurturing a new audience and building up trust and all that. I needed people who were looking for what I had to sell. So at that point, I went to the media platforms, and in less than 90 days, I had spoke on more than 300 platforms. And that was what the beginning of Iconic Speakers was about. They were like, "Hey, you're constantly speaking. Do you know other public speakers? Can you get other people on?" I said, "Yeah, I know a lot of people." I said, "But look, I'm focused on my money and my bills right now, so I don't have time to be looking for guests for you or booking events for these speakers if nobody's gonna pay me. I ain't got that kind of time." So I created a Facebook group. It was
Mm-hmm.
a free public Facebook group, and I said, put a post on Facebook and said, "Hey, I've got people asking for speakers. I know plenty of speakers. You guys have been doing this thing for a long time. If you're interested, go ahead, get in my group,
Yeah.
connect with these people. You all can make the connections happen on your own.
Right.
Organizers, hosts, and speakers." And it started growing.
Mhm.
But then I had posted in there, as soon as I made the group, I said, "When you come in, leave an introduction, put your one sheet down, let us know what you speak about, blah, blah, blah." And then you see these people coming, and I'm thinking they were coming too,
Oh yeah.
but they didn't have what they needed. They
Um,
didn't have the proper branding assets or marketing assets to represent them in the way that they wanted. You have all these people who some have been speaking for a long time and very seasoned, and they want to be paid. But when you look at the things that they're sending you, it's like you don't deserve to be paid.
Seriously,
I
I
don't
know,
I
right?
don't see why I need to give you some money. And they would, and most people would say, "Well, when you listen to what I gotta say, I don't before I get to hear your speaking, it's the things I see about your brand that
Yep.
attracts me to get to that point. So you think I'm
Mhm.
gonna pay you and cross my fingers and hope you do good? I absolutely think not. So that was why I said, you know what? These people need a lot of what I have and I can help them with,
Yeah.
but I don't want to trade a lot of time for money.
Right.
I don't want to work with a bunch of one-on-one individual people
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have time for that. I just had come off tour for my book. I had been on the road for over 2 years. I'm writing the next book to that series. So I'm like, okay, what we're going to do is we know everything that they need. I'm going to provide every single thing in a step-by-step format and put it in a private community where they could just pay and get everything they need all at once. Tell them this is how you use it step by step, give them the things that I use. I had four different things that got me booked on more than 300 platforms instantly. I had a media kit. I had a link to a publication on a major news platform. I had my link tree, and then I had my headshot, and sometimes I would either send them like my motivation song that I did. And outside of that, that was the thing that constantly got me booked. And I said, I'm going to show them these things. And I screenshotted different messages and conversations I was having with people, copied and pasted my exact word for word intro and what I said. So, like, hey, here's everything you're going to need. And that's how we came to be the Iconic Speakers Network. And we have a little less than 250 members now. The full version of it all is coming soon. And I'm excited to see where it goes because there's so many benefits. I've
Yeah,
got some amazing partners. I mean, no stone is left unturned in regards
good.
to Iconic.
Wow. So how did you get started as a speaker?
I've been speaking a very long time since like the
Mhm.
childhood age.
Mhm.
So it's just in me. I used to get in trouble for talking too much. Sometimes they would put me in the corner and say, okay, you're on punishment. You can't talk for two
Uh-huh.
hours. And if I would
You
say
go.
anything, the time would start all over again.
Time. That's a long
So
time, you know?
you know what? You're right. When I was younger, when I did live with my mom, she didn't talk to me. She would communicate with letters. She would write on like letters and slide it under the door or tape
Okay.
it to the door or something like that. So because I was such a talkative person, I would line up them teddy bears like they
Oh
was
my
people.
gosh.
And I'd be in there talking myself away, going, going, going. So I think that that's really how I got started in just being comfortable speaking.
Mhm.
Growing up, I did a lot of different speaking opportunities, plays, and um, all sorts of stuff. All sorts
Yeah.
of stuff.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yes, yes,
And I think that would make you a great coach because you've gone through how to get to where you are today. And you've made a lot of connections. And by looking at what you've done since only July last year, 2022,
yes.
it's amazing. You've done a lot.
Thank
You,
you.
just you.
Thank you so much. And people, some know, some don't. I lost
Mhm.
a very significant person
Yeah.
in
Sorry
the
to hear that.
process of that, and it threw me off my square for a little
Mhm.
bit. But I just use that pain as a stepping stone to push forward
Yep.
because had that not happened, he would have been right there telling me, okay, what we need to the next thing, what we need to get to the next thing. So it wasn't an option to just stop and not do. It's like,
Right.
no, this is more the reason why you've got to do.
Yeah. Would you say that's your why?
Well, I was already doing it before this
Mhm.
happened, but it's definitely a part of why I have to keep going
Mhm.
because life instantly changed by that happening.
Right.
And that was my person. That was my person that I knew for sure was going to answer that phone call. So
Yep.
when you know that it's not that you can't have it again because you
Mhm.
can. You can have a build a relationship with someone just as strong. It can be someone else out there,
Right.
but you have to get to that point. So when you know that like this happened, things are going to be different. You got to move a little bit different. There's another part of you that is like at the forefront. Like we got to
Mhm.
do this thing,
Yeah.
and
Buckle up
that's
and
where I'm at.
go. Right.
Yeah.
And you're on what is it? Hyper speed.
Y- Yep. Go.
Warp speed. That is a huge accomplishment. Like you mentioned 250 members, and that's just the beginning. Your
Yes.
program hasn't even rolled out yet. So
Correct.
that's amazing.
Thank you so much. I am grateful. Um, I think that when we when a lot of people think of public speaking, they think
Mhm.
about the part of you being on the stage and a microphone with the
Mhm.
microphone and
Yeah.
all dressed up or what have you, but they don't think about the hello, Susan. I'm Antoinette and I own the Iconic Speakers Network.
Right.
We are a da, 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 you know what I'm saying? They don't think about
Mhm.
that's public speaking. When you introduce yourself and tell someone about what you do or the business that you
Mhm.
have, you are indeed a public speaker. So it makes more sense to go ahead and embrace that. Embrace what you already are,
Yeah.
enhance the skill set, make it strong, and use that as your leading marketing tool to
Mhm.
push your business forward because you're going to do it anyway. Even if you don't choose to call yourself a public speaker, you're
I
going to
know.
public speak.
Yep. Just like being in that corner, right?
So
You'll
I
find a
think
way
that,
to talk.
yeah, and I think that that's the reason why we were able to start growing so quickly,
Mhm.
because it was really like letting people know, like, you're a public speaker anyway, and they're like, you know
Yeah.
what, you're right. I just didn't look at it that way, and then the other thing too,
Mhm.
you don't have to be an expert public speaker.
Right.
You don't have to be the best public speaker.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I'm keeping it real with y'all, the real reason why I definitely didn't want to do coaching in this program was because I'm like, they're going to be like, girl, you're not an expert public speaker. First off, you're an expert when you've done something, is it 5 years or 10 years, something like that. But
10,000 hours supposedly.
okay, there you have it. You're an expert when you've done that.
Yeah.
But the thing is this, I still say, sometimes I curse. I might
Mhm.
get loud. I might get soft,
Yeah.
but people still listen. People still hear me. The impact is still
Mhm.
made, right? So that means that you don't have to be the best public speaker in the world. You don't have to be an expert at it. You just need to be authentically you. You just need to have a message and share it in a way that conveys where people can understand what your point
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
That's it. So I encourage people, embrace that. And if
Be
you
you.
haven't, I'm the one to help you do it.
Right? I know. And Antoinette is the right person.
Thank
She'll
you.
get you in shape.
Yep, real quick, because we ain't got a lot of time. We
No
moving
time. I
now.
know. There's no time to handhold anybody. I understand
Oh
that,
my
you know?
goodness, girl, you took the. That is why I don't coach, because I don't have
Mhm.
the time to hold hands. But I
Yep.
will give you the info, and I'll give it to you in a way that if you follow those steps, you can't lose, because it's really that simple.
Yep. So it sounds like you already made a map for everybody that's
I have.
listening to your program. That's
Yes,
great.
yes.
I think a lot of
Uh,
people need that, because there's so much stuff out there, like a lot of resources, and where do we go, right?
yeah, yeah. I put it in the community in a way that the first thing you see is the first thing you should see. The
Hmm.
second thing is the course. After the courses is where you start to see the coaching section. Not from me. I have coaches. So if you need confidence, I have a confidence coach. If you need help with finding clarity on your message, I have a clarity coach. I have different coaches for the different things that public speakers need, but it's not me. And then also, when you get to the next phase, it's like starting to work on your marketing and branding assets. So we get you prepared before you get to the next thing. You know how you might need media contacts to get interviews and placements on magazines and things like that. We give you that too. But before you get to that, we make sure that you've got a media kit, you've got a one sheet, you've got all the things that is necessary to get on those platforms. It's a step-by-step process, and it doesn't have to take all day.
Right. I've seen some speakers one sheets that are really outdated. It's like, wow, you just gave me something from 10 years ago. Are
Right.
you serious?
Right.
But I don't know if they're still getting booked with an old one sheet, right?
They may be, and it depends on the level too. Because I'll tell
Mhm.
you this, um, my program is this is so awesome. Okay. The speakers
Mhm.
that come through Iconic Speakers Network are
Yeah.
the only speakers in the entire world that
Uh-huh.
has access to this software. The
Oh,
software inside of our program, let's say, Susan, you're having an event, right? And you're looking for speakers. You're like, I've got 20 slots for speakers for my conference. So now you've getting hundreds of speakers sending in those
yep.
outdated one
Okay.
sheets. They
Yep.
sending in PowerPoints. They're sending in Canva slides,
Oh
right?
my gosh,
But
yes.
then you get to what Antoinette sent you. And
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you open it up, it says, "Welcome, Susan." It talks to you. It
Nice.
says, "Hey, Susan, it's me, Antoinette. Thank
Wow.
you for joining me and taking the time to see if I'd be a great fit for your your event, blah, 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 whatever it says, right? And I say, hopefully right now, this is a good time to start this relationship. So I'm pointing and you look at that side of the computer screen and guess what? It's the time zone. It's the time wherever you are, which
Ah,
means that lets you know, wait a minute. So this is in real time happening. It's in real time happening, right? And
mhm,
then it says, well, this Antoinette has done this, this, and this. What would you like to learn? So now you get
mhm.
to control your journey. You say, well, let me see her bio. You click my bio, it starts reading my bio to you. Then
Nice.
you say, you know what? I want to see where she spoke at. Then you click
Mhm.
that, it does that. The reason I'm telling you this, because the difference in this and everything else that's out there is
Yep.
not only do you gain all the information that you need, you
Mhm.
also only gain the information that you want controlled by you because it's an interactive presentation where you control your own journey.
Huh, that's very
So,
interesting.
yes. So I
That's a
just had to
that's
let
a
you all
genius.
know. It's a lot going on with the Iconic Speakers Network. This is something
Wow.
you definitely want to be a part of. The
Yeah.
wait list is actually already open. If you go to the iconicspeakersnetwork.com and
Mhm.
click join the wait list, you can submit your information and we'll be in touch really soon.
So the wait list for speakers to sign up or
You
people to
you
hire.
can be a speaker, you
Mhm.
can be an aspiring speaker, and to tell you the truth,
Mhm.
a smart person would say, instead of saying iconic speaker, let me just say iconic business owner or iconic entrepreneur or iconic author, because this program can
Mhm.
be used by any person in any industry. It's all about
Interesting.
global brand expansion. That's the real thing that it's about. To globally expand your brand in 90 days or less, utilizing our PPP strategies without hiring a publicist or leaving your home if you don't want to.
Okay.
Literally becoming an international speaker, just like
So
that.
explain what PPP is again.
So I'm glad you asked. The PPP is the mythology of how we globally expand our brand without hiring a publicist or leaving our home. It's
Okay.
utilizing podcasting, presentations,
Mm.
and public relations. Those three things
Mhm.
you can do right in your house,
Yeah, you
and they
can.
will change the game if you do it right.
You know, that reminds me. What do you think of these people who are on the podcast and they have a camera and they're walking with the camera, so it looks like they're moving. What do you think of those? Like
On
video
their podcast,
when they're the cameras, they have the camera and they're walking and they're talking to you on the camera, like I'm walking, I'm
while
talking.
they're recording,
Yeah. Do you like
I
those?
guess
Are they effective?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I guess it depends
Uh-huh.
because if I'm podcasting, if I'm doing travel and I'm
Uh-huh.
trying to show you where I'm at and what it looks like and the hotels and all that, I would expect you to be walking. But I guess it just depends on the situation.
Well, for people who are not just selling travel, but I mean, I've seen this. It's sort of like a trend last year or what, for a couple of years already, and I thought, wow, that's really annoying, because I don't want to see somebody moving and talking at the same time. It's a little bit distracting to me. So I didn't know if it's the same for others.
I don't even recall seeing that. So maybe I have, but I just can't think of it right now.
You know what I mean when you're on the phone and then you're walking and you're. I can't really demonstrate that because I'm not really walking and talking. But
Right, right, right.
I try to demonstrate like I'm back in my chair and I'm walking and like talking like this.
Uh-huh. But
Yeah.
I can't imagine why someone would host a show doing that. To
It's just
me,
so
it doesn't
weird.
even make sense, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know either. I just wanted your opinion about that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that your program sounds really powerful, and
Thank you. I
I'm
can't
like,
wait.
I can't wait to see the entire rollout, of the program. I can only imagine that you will have people of high quality, high caliber in your network because you laid out a plan, right? It's,
Yes.
and you're not holding hands for people. These
Nope.
because the reason why you won't is because they already know what they're doing, right? They're not
Well,
new people,
not
right?
everybody knows what they're doing. Aspiring
Yeah.
speakers can come here too. And we
Mm-hmm.
have all of the software necessary for you to get the help you need.
Okay.
We have partners with AI technology. Mostly all of our partners have some form of artificial intelligence technology included, but
Nice.
our technology removes the need to have a physical coach in front of you. So our
Mm-hmm.
assignments that you do in our courses, you'll recite your speech right there, and
Wow.
it'll be responding to you like a human, teaching you, telling you, nope, you messed up here, you said 100 times, you didn't pause here, you didn't use the right pronunciation of this word, you
Yeah.
didn't use the right tone with this statement. I
Mhm.
mean, it does everything.
That's pretty
So
amazing, you
thank
know?
you. We've made sure that no matter what level of speaker you are, we can help you globally expand your brand. That's really what it's all about. Utilizing every opportunity that public speaking has to offer to spread your message and overall expand the brand.
Hmm. Well, you know, there's been like a trend of people talking about side hustles, and
Hmm.
public speaking, being an author has been, you know, they're sort of like in the side hustle category. So
That's crazy.
what would you, I know, right? So what would you say to people who try to stay incognito and be a public speaker at the same time?
That's easy. You can definitely do that because you don't have to leave your house to be a public speaker. You can literally be a keynote speaker in the crib, right at home. Not, and you don't, like, how you show up
Hmm.
depends on who you actually are. Like,
True.
if you aren't the person that needs to be in the suit and tie or blazer and dress every time, then you don't have to show up like that. Your people that trust and know and respect and honor you are going to
Hmm.
accept you for exactly who you are, the way that you show up. So you can really do this however you want. Now, I wouldn't say show up in your pajamas,
No,
for a speaking
I've seen that
engagement.
too.
I mean, yeah, I have too. Now, it would be different if the platform calls for that, if it's like a pajama night or something.
Uh-huh,
But
right.
other than that, I wouldn't say show up that way because you still want to respect the audience, especially if,
Right.
people paid money to, come to this particular session you're having. But at the
Mhm.
same time, um, you want to be incognito? That's fine. You don't even have to speak to everyone. You can literally only speak to niched audiences. You
Mhm.
can find people like me who have a community of the type of people you're looking for, and you can
Right.
only market yourself to those people to say, hey, I'm a private group or private audience or corporate group speaker. I only speak
Mhm.
to private organizations' audiences.
Nice.
And now you're staying incognito. You don't even have to promote on your regular social. You just have to create your list of people that hire people like you.
That's right. Stay mysterious and make money.
Everything can be done. It's all about the approach.
I know. So then wouldn't the celebrities feel ripped off, because you're making more money than they are?
How do
Because
people know
they're already
about your
making.
money? Why is your money anybody's business?
Exactly right. Well, I know celebrities, they often have to keep up with the some type of impression, that they're making a lot of money or taking extravagant trips, right? And I know some people do shop that way. Like when they're shopping for a coach, they're like, oh, how is their lifestyle, right? So maybe they're the wrong people, right?
Hey, I I've done a lot of things in my life. I've had ups and downs in my life.
Mhm.
And in
Yes,
every phase, we ain't never finna talk about what I got. And
mhm.
what you got ain't my business, and I don't care to know because how's that helping me pay my bills?
Exactly.
If it is not in my possession and I now own what you gave to me, I do not care about your pockets. And that's for any level.
Of
Celebrities
course,
are the same as you and I. They people, they
I
believe the same that we do. They
yeah.
just have a different job that pays a different amount than the
Hmm.
job that you and I have.
Yes.
So, if I'm not gonna treat or look at my my coworker any
Mhm.
different, because looking at them is just like they could be a coworker just at a higher level. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You got time to be
Exactly.
worried about that.
That's why I like you because you're authentic and you embody the definition of authentic.
Thank you.
Because there are people who throw that word around, but they're not really. I've seen it so many times. It's like, wow, really? Does this
Hmm.
person even know the word, like what it means? But it's not. I mean, people only know what they know, right?
True. True.
And the experiences that they've gone through and the people that they surround themselves with, which leads me back to your network, high quality, high caliber people. That's
Yep.
what you mean.
And you know what? Since you said that, I think it's important to say this.
Uh-huh.
For one, you have to be intentional about every single thing you do.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know who it is that you want to be and where you're looking to grow and who you're looking to become,
Mm-hmm.
that's who you need to surround yourself around.
Right.
So create, if I want to be on a VP level
Uh-huh.
of car dealers, I want to own a dealership, right?
Yeah.
This is what I want to do. You know what I would do? I'd go do? I'd go and create a private Facebook group or my own private community of
Uh-huh.
nothing but C-level, executive level car dealership people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I would say I would put on an event, car dealer, C-level car dealership agency, agent conference, whatever you want to call it,
Nice. Uh-huh.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because now that gives that group of people that I want to be like, that gives
Yeah.
them a reason to come to me because I have something they need. If they speak at my event, this is going to help them expand their brand with their location or whatever they're doing. So
Right.
that's helpful to them. And I get to learn from them directly because they're speaking at my event.
Yeah.
And I don't have to pay to get a ticket at my own event. I'm actually going to make money because I'm putting this event on, right? And now
Yeah.
I am creating a need for myself because these people now see me as somebody that they need around them to help them get more speaking events for
Yeah.
this particular thing or more leads to their business because the people that buy a ticket probably is
Mm-hmm.
interested in what you sell, right?
Right.
So
Right.
it's literally creating that table wherever it is you want to sit at. Create the table. Don't wait on somebody to say, "Hey, girl, you can sit here."
Right. Make your own table.
Make your
That's
own
great.
table.
That's
Because
right.
when you do, and you make sure that you got the best caterer, the best chef at the
Mm-hmm.
table, right?
Best seat.
Exactly.
And the
It's the best
cleanest
seat at the
dish.
table because you got the right stuff on it.
I know. Yeah. Makes sense to me. So, so what do people have to do when they want to join your group? What's the first step?
The first step is getting on the wait list right now. But once it
Okay.
opens, the great thing about it is a high ticket program.
Mm-hmm.
However, we've partnered with quite a few people that make up our
Mm-hmm.
scholarship funding community. So
Cool.
we've made it possible where every single applicant, when they fill
Mm-hmm.
out that form, you will automatically be approved for a scholarship. So it won't end up being a high ticket product for you on that end because it's a very big discount, more than 10K.
Wow.
And yeah, that's really all you'll have to do. You'll fill that out, you'll make your payment, and you'll be in the door. You'll be receiving a email to get you approved and set up, and
Nice.
you can get started. Depending
That
on the
10K
level.
sounds scary.
Well, no, I'm saying that's the scholarship amount
I
that you're
know. I know.
receiving. Yeah.
I know. That means the program is more than 10K, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I didn't give you a rundown on all the things that make up the program, but you have access to
Mm-hmm.
top tier coaches. You
Yep.
have access to my personal media contacts. I've been a publicist and I've worked with some of the
Mm-hmm.
major companies, people you know. I've done branding, marketing, sales with the likes of Google, Facebook, Instagram, Tom Ford, Ken of Cole, Walmart, Ashley Stewart.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on. I've worked with some of everybody. So I'm giving you a lot of contacts and personal
Mm-hmm.
information to help you move forward in your branding and your business overall.
Right. Right.
So, like, a smart person understands I can take this program and I can rinse and repeat it with whatever
Mm-hmm.
business I ever create moving forward. So
Right.
it's up to you if you want to
Mm-hmm.
take that step to truly invest in your business to take it to the next level. You
Right.
know, I don't talk a whole lot about every single thing that I've done, but if you take the time to do any type of research, you'll see I've had billboards all around in different states and cities. I've
Mm-hmm.
done a lot of things, tours and all that. And this stuff, it was done literally through the same thing that I put in
Mm-hmm.
this program. I did not go and purchase none
Mm-hmm.
of this stuff. Like, I didn't go, I don't pay people to get on a radio show or get on a TV show or get in a
Right.
magazine. Don't get me wrong, there are people out here charging and for you to be
Oh,
on
I
there,
know. I
and
know.
there's people paying it. However, if
Yes.
you know the right strategy and you know what to do and you know
Mm-hmm.
how to do these things together,
Mm-hmm.
there's a way to do all of it without
Yeah.
ever paying a fee. These
That's good.
billboards, I have billboards getting ready to go up literally today, tonight.
Nice.
I did
Wow.
not pay for them. We didn't have to
That's
pay for them.
amazing. It's really amazing.
It's marketing and branding. Once you learn the system,
Mm-hmm.
it's a rinse and repeat.
I know. And
And
that's good, you
collaboration is
know?
key.
Yeah, and you've done it. So you know it works. You know?
It does. It really
It
does.
works.
I encourage anybody. And most people will say, well, of course, it's your program, so you're going to promote it that way.
Nah, it's not the
It,
same.
it ain't even about because it's mine. And honestly, everything in my program, I didn't create out the clear blue sky like it's my original idea. Let's remember, if it ain't broken, it don't need to be fixed. Some
Mm-hmm.
things is not stuff I created. It's strategies that I've used that other people are using too in the world, but it's giving it to you where you don't have to research what actually
Oh,
is
I know.
working. When I was building stuff back like
Mhm.
years ago, I had to put in hours and hours and hours of research time,
Yeah.
downloading all sorts of programs, taking classes and courses, and having
Mhm.
to do it to find out, oh, that doesn't work.
I
After you
know.
put in 3-4 months into
Yep.
that particular person's strategy, right?
I
So
know.
it took me the trial and error of learning what works, what doesn't work, what works every single time, no matter what business I put into it, right? I have
Mhm.
this system that we're using here. It
Yep.
doesn't matter if you a public speaker, a singer, a author, a
Mhm.
teacher, a therapist, you can spit on windows and clean it with your own rag and still benefit from this program.
Isn't that amazing? It's like, I feel like, wow, I better sign up.
It's definitely a reason to do so. And
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to really seeing what some of you all have to say. I've gotten some great testimonials from people
Mhm.
already because a lot of the program has been given to people in different ways in pieces, like
Oh,
prior to now, being
right.
an actual
Right.
full-blown program. So there's
Mhm.
testimonials out there about the things that they've gotten. We gave you bookings. We have guaranteed
Mhm.
bookings for events, summits, conferences, special events such as awards ceremonies, graduations, things like that.
Yeah.
What am I missing? It's just so much stuff.
All kinds of bonuses, I
Yes.
mean, we're only
Oh,
touching the tip of the iceberg here.
yes. And the most important part is
Uh-huh.
that we are a certified organization to recognize you for the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award from our
Nice.
current president and vice president. So,
Wow.
what that means is when you go through our program and go through the service portion, which we call the Ivy League Power Program, when you go through that, you
Mm.
automatically get qualified to receive the award within the end of the program because we've given you all the things to go and do to
Yeah,
actually earn the hours.
right.
So it's a
And that's a lot
no-brainer.
of hours. That's a lot of
Yes,
hours.
it is. It is.
It's not like, oh, I can pay you this and you give me that's not how it
No,
works. Yeah,
no,
I
it's
know.
not how it works.
You have to do it, the work. And
Right. And to me,
award.
this is the reason why it's a no-brainer.
Mhm.
Because if you would already want to public speak, you want to help people anyway, you want to share your knowledge, you
Mhm.
may as well come through our program and do what you would do not be in our program so you can earn the award anyway.
Sure.
No-brainer.
Makes sense. That makes sense. You know, because we have limited time, right?
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
not make the best of it? You could
Yeah.
do public service and public speaking.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that would work for a lot of public speakers, right? You know?
Yes, because when I was nominated for the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, I
Uh-huh.
mentioned it on my social media. I showed
Yeah.
the email that I received and all that. And I instantly started getting keynote speaking
Wow.
bookings, other opportunities for other events. People want to interview me. Now, don't get me wrong, there were people already interested in interviewing me, and I was already speaking.
Yeah.
But because of that nomination, that made other people more interested in who I was and what I was doing. So, I said, you know what? I want to connect because I want to help more people be able to use this same thing as an
Yeah.
opportunity to level up their business, level up their life. If this certificate and award that you're going to receive from this prestigious honor, if that
Right.
is going to be the difference in you getting booked over Sally getting booked, come see me and let me help you get that so that you can get booked. You can use
Exactly.
this to your advantage. And I'm also, and I didn't do this yet, but I am also adding in there a marketing strategy of how to promote your awards and your accomplishments without being too salesy or too me, but in a way that lets the person know that you're trying to get booked what they
Right.
need to know so
Yeah.
that they do recognize you for that thing. It
Exactly.
means something.
And you've done so much, and you're so humble about the whole thing. It's like, oh, it's nothing.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm just always looking to make sure that I'm providing some form of service and help to somebody
Mhm.
else. And I really want it to be impactful. I want you to actually benefit from the
Yeah.
thing that I say or do for you, you know?
I
And
know.
that's what's most important. So I don't really take the time to, think about all those things. I'm like,
Right.
okay, we got this. Now, how can that help everybody that we're attached to? It's
Exactly.
like someone can do something for you, right? And it's nice.
Yeah.
But if you can't share it with nobody, you're going
Mhm.
to be sitting there celebrating by yourself.
Exactly. And not making a difference.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, okay, I got this, great. But if I can get this for me and all 1 million people attached to me, now we're doing something.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about something. So that's why I make it my business that no matter what I am a part of, it has to
Mhm.
be beneficial to all the people and the things I'm attached to. Now I won't
Mhm.
say all the people, because every group of people is not meant for everything. But what
Exactly.
I'm saying is, I don't want to walk and take things that's just like, oh, this is only for you. You can't use this to
Mhm.
help nobody. Because
Right.
then it's like, well, dang, what's the point
Mm.
of having it if I can't help someone with it?
Right.
You go and get a degree so that you can get a job, and your job
Mhm.
helps somebody. Your job solves a problem for somebody. You become a doctor because you want to save lives. You become a
Mhm.
firefighter, you want to put out fires so people don't
Right.
die. So
Exactly.
that's what it's about to me.
I know. It's like, I mean, that's why I like interviewing people who make a difference because we can actually have things to talk about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think people who don't make a difference are just normal people, right? But you and
Hmm.
I feel like when we make a difference, it really gives us that joy, right? It keeps that fire alive, like, keep burning,
Yes.
because we want to continue doing that. And I see that in you. It's like the
Thank you.
intensity and the passion that you have. It's like I hope that all the viewers can feel that too.
I hope so too. I
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one of those people you can definitely reach out and connect and get the real me for
Yeah.
real. in real time. I would, when I would be at home in Chicago, I would be out and about at the gas station in my neighborhood and run into somebody that I knew from when I was 12 or 13 or whatever. And they'd be like, "Oh, you're a regular." I'm like, "Yeah, girl, what did you expect?" Was like, "Well, I thought that you would be, this really
Um,
me, this how I am."
yep.
When I used to be a professional singer and rapper, it would be
Mhm.
so funny because, when social media really got popular, like we knew it was real, but I think people would sometimes forget that, yeah, this
Mhm.
regular life.
Right.
And you can really bump into a real person that you following. So
Yes.
people would see me in real life and be like, oh my God, it's Ready Red, or like really like trying to get me to roll my
Mhm.
window down in traffic and have a conversation like, Ready Red, I'll follow you on Instagram. Woo, woo,
Oh,
woo. I'm
yeah.
like, what's your name? I'll follow you back. And
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm a real person and I'm regular. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong, my brain probably is not, I don't consider my brain to be regular because it's definitely on some next level stuff. I be telling my
Yeah.
own brain, like, could you chill out for a minute? Can I just
Yeah.
relax and rest and get some sleep and not have to think and not build nothing new and not be creative? You know what I'm saying? But
Yep. I get it. I'm like that too. It's
yeah,
crazy, you know.
yeah.
We're
But
just
we're
so
regular
scrambled
people.
and yeah, we are. We're regular, but not really.
Right, right.
We have our own regular and not regular.
Right, right. Like I'm sure Albert Einstein would be like, "Yeah, we're regular," but you'd be
Yeah,
like,
we're
"That
normal.
ain't regular."
We're normal people.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. I really enjoy talking with you, and I'm so glad you were able to make time to get on the show. You're going to be on my other show, but
Yes,
I wanted to make sure that people knew who you are and how you're making a difference, and you know, you're just doing what you are meant to do, right?
I
You
definitely would
found it.
agree with
Yeah.
you on that. I
Hmm.
fully know with everything in me that I am definitely walking in my purpose, and I'm spirit led with everything.
Hmm.
I don't always know what I'm doing because there are many times that my spirit is just guiding me and moving for me. There are things that experiences I've had, even with like writing, when literally I was not moving the pencil, it was moving my hand. Like it's bigger than me. So I know that, and I am comfortable with being obedient and allowing myself to be used in that way. And I'm happy about it.
That's
Real happy
funny.
about it.
That's funny because I'll share with you this funny story about me writing a paper. I was half asleep and then I started typing Robin Hood ran naked through the forest. And I'm like, how did that come out?
Uh-huh. Crazy.
Whoa. I better go
Right.
get a sleep. Get some
Uh-huh.
sleep. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like you just because it's you. It's your life. And it embodies every part of you. Every second, every minute, every part of you. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I thank
And
you
that's how
for
you make a difference. Hmm.
yes, I thank you for having this platform, specifically for difference makers. We
Yes.
need a place to be able to share the positive things we're doing,
Mhm.
how we're helping, how people can get involved,
Yes.
how we can connect, and how others that need our help can connect with us. And
Mhm.
I appreciate you having me on the show.
Thank you.
Um, Again, Iconic Speakers is very, very new. So
Mhm.
if you are a person that is looking to be on a board or a C-level executive that wants to invest
Mhm.
or participate and get involved, if you are someone that says, you know what, I don't really know if I can help y'all, but I would donate some of my time because I want to be involved, you can still reach out because we are the type of company, we don't have to have room for you. We'll make room if we need to.
Wow.
I'm happy to create space for people who want to learn things that me and my team already know. We are looking for hungry people who want to learn new skills and add
Mhm.
to their resumes. I'm very notorious for giving people positions that they want to have and go work for someone else. When I filmed my television show that we filmed
Mhm.
with Comcast and AT&T Uverse,
Yeah.
um, my production assistants, they weren't production assistants, but they like, I would like to be one. I want to work for BET. I said, okay, well,
Right.
come work for me if you come get some experience.
Yep.
Now you got some experience on your resume. Now you can actually go and apply and be
Yep.
looked at because you've done the job somewhere. You
Exactly.
need experience to get that bigger experience. So we're all about that. You don't have to necessarily be the expert at everything. If you want to get your feet wet and learn, come talk to us. Let's figure it
Mhm.
out. We're a growing company, and I am looking to connect with people that want to connect, collaborate, and help impact our communities.
That's awesome. It's like, wow, this is so much more to Antoinette than just, iconic speakers networks.
The onion you can never get done peeling.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot more. Um, but when we're talking about the pricing of something, it's not like just numbers. It's I know a lot of coaches out there charge about that and even more, and programs don't make a difference because they're just people are just buying the product, but they don't understand how it works and how everything behind the program was put together and why it
Mhm.
was put together.
Mhm.
And I'm glad that you're explaining the why here because when people are selling a program, they don't really necessarily tell all the like, oh, this is what you do and this is next step or whatever. Just buy the
Mhm.
program, right? That's all they're focused on doing. But you've taken
Mhm.
the time to share with us how it works, and you're not hand holding anybody
Nope. And
because that's
honestly,
like a
you don't
longevity.
even need it.
Yeah, I know.
Yep,
Because
you
that
won't even need it.
programs, right? The other programs they sign people up and then they upsell. We talked a
Yep.
little about this earlier, and I'm glad that you told me there's no upselling.
Nope.
Because I think a lot of people are afraid of that. They've gone through other programs. I was like, oh man, what's next,
Mhm.
right? Go
Mhm.
to this live event, and then they're trying to sell you another program. Um, yeah, I know,
Um,
and that
I
too.
think that what we are going to do
Mhm.
is have some sessions with the first groups of people that we let in the doors,
Mhm.
where not only do we let them share their experiences like live on
Yeah.
social and stuff, but we
Mhm.
also allow them to promote their platforms that they have as a public speaker or business owner, whatever. Because I
Yeah.
think it's important to also know what the experience is from people who aren't necessarily my friends or people that that I'm cool with or connected
Yeah.
to. I prefer to connect with strangers and people that don't know me, so that
Mhm.
when you watch those reviews and testimonials, like, that's not my friend.
I
You can
know.
go check. They just now became on my Facebook page a month ago. I don't know
Yeah.
them. This
Isn't
is
that
fact.
amazing? Yeah,
Yes.
that's sort of how we met too.
Yep. Yep. But that's important for people to know, because you know you go on these websites sometime and you see the testimonials, but then you find out later, oh, that's the assistant,
Oh
that's
my
the
god.
da 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 da, and it's like,
Yeah.
it's not a problem, because sometimes the team do
Mhm.
use the program. One of my assistants is going to take the program because she actually wants to be a public speaker, you know
Nice.
but the difference is, I'm not going to use her testimonial in a way that shares it like she doesn't know me. In her
Right.
testimonial, she'll say, I've been working for Antoinette for this long, and
Yeah.
now that I went, you know what I'm saying? You'll
Yeah.
know that it's really that type of situation.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
think that that authenticity and that raw response from people that don't know you, they weren't, they didn't get the program for
Mhm.
free, so they have to say a positive testimonial. you know um Most of the tactics that people normally use, like, I'm gonna let this many people in free for the
Mhm.
testimonial. I'm not doing that. I've
Right.
I've put in a lot of work over the years. I've done so much. I've given so much to my
Mhm.
community and people that I did not know. I've helped a lot.
Yep.
This is valuable. I know it's valuable. I did it
Mhm.
myself. I actually used the system a few months before I even created the system,
Uh-huh.
like officially. So I did that publicly. You can look back and see that it works.
Right.
It's simple as that. We
Mhm.
know the value and we're going
I
to
know.
show it to you. If you want to see how you can level up your business using this system, come on and join us. We'd be happy to have you.
And it's easy to get started, right?
Yep.
Just get on the website
Yep.
and get on the wait list.
Yep. If you get on the wait list, you'll have access to it before other people because we're going to let
Uh-huh.
you know as soon as it's ready to go live.
Cool.
If you wait, then you'll just, wait
Yeah.
until you come back to the website to see.
Whatever.
Because I purposely didn't tell the date because I want you to go on
Um,
the wait list. I want you to get in our email list so you can really see what's going on and how we are about to change the game with the Iconic Speakers Network. There is
that's great.
nothing out here like what we have and what we're doing.
Mhm. I like that name, iconic.
Thank you.
That's
It's
clever.
funny. Um, Puma sent the email out the other day
Uh-huh.
that had one word,
Uh-huh.
iconic.
Oh,
And
great.
I've been seeing a lot of people utilizing that terminology lately. I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm a trendsetter. I know that. So I'm happy to see that it's people are using it more often because we are iconic in everything
yes.
that we do, with or without
Mhm.
being an expert at something, with or without someone saying you are iconic. You've got to know that you're iconic just because
Yeah,
you're you. You are the
exactly.
iconic you. You are
Yep.
the legacy you because there
Mhm.
is no duplicate. There is no replica of you. That
Right.
makes you iconic in your own right.
And we have to accept that too before we
Yes.
can say iconic.
Yep.
Well, Miss Logan, you are iconic.
I am. And so are you, Susan.
So much. Thank you. Very
Thank
kind of
you.
you. Yeah, so for everyone listening, watching, wherever you are, it's easy. Get started. Get to her website. Get to Miss Logan's website, the iconicspeakersnetworks.com. Before we sign off,
Take the
Miss
S
Logan,
off.
oh, it's No Speakers Networks,
It's the Iconic Speaker Network, no S.
Iconic Speaker Network,
Speakers Network, no S after
Speakers,
networks. No S
Speakers
after,
Network.
right.
Okay, so go to the iconicspeakersnetwork.com.
Yes, yes.
Thank you for pointing that out. My
No
goodness.
problem. It might have been my mistake. I don't even know.
Yeah, it was there. It
My
was there.
apologies.
No, it's okay. No worries. Yeah, so get on the iconicspeakersnetwork.com. Get on that waiting list and you'll find out what's happening.
Yes,
You'll be
you
one of
will.
the first ones.
Yep. I'm
But
excited
just
and
know
I
now,
can't wait to connect with
you've
you.
proven. You've already proven, with the people that are testing the program. So that's awesome. You know. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
Just connect with me via Linktree, linktree.com/ask Miss Logan. That's ASKMSLOGAN. I know all the links are available to you. And let's connect, collaborate, and see what we can do, how I can be of service and help you. Or you can help me because I'm still a growing person too. So there's probably a way that we can help each other. I believe that you can learn something from anybody, including children. So
Yes.
I'm
So
always happy
important.
to be a student as well to enhance everything that I have or don't have.
So humble and
Thank
so
you.
authentic. Thank you so much.
Thank
And thank
you.
you, everyone, for tuning in to Talk to Susan. This is the network and the channel where we interview and we seek out people who are making a difference in society. So today we thank Miss Logan, Miss Antoinette Logan, for joining us. She's a very busy lady, but she made time for us. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Susan Vanderberg signing off. Until then, keep making a difference.